All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about one of the coolest, most elegant plays in bridge, the simple squeeze. It's a technique that feels like pure magic, turning what looks like a sure loser into a trick that wins you the game. The thing is, it's not actually magic, it's a pattern, and by the time we're done here, you're going to know exactly how to spot it.
You ever watch an expert play a hand and just wonder how in the world did they just pull that trick out of thin air? It feels impossible, right? Like they're somehow bending the rules of the game. Well, turns out they're not bending the rules at all.
Well, they're using a technique that feels a whole lot like magic. But the secret is, it's a skill. It's something anyone can learn. And today, we're going to pull back that curtain. So let's get into it.
So, here's what we've got on tap. We'll start with what a squeeze even is, then get into the recipe, what you need to make it happen. After that, I'll give you a really handy blueprint to help you spot it. We'll even check out a few different variations, and then we'll see the whole thing in action with an example.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about the magic part of the squeeze. This is a play that can literally transform a hand you thought was doomed into a winner. Really, it all comes down to applying this incredible, targeted pressure at the perfect moment.
So, how do you pull off this magic trick? Well, like any great recipe, you've got to have the right ingredients. If you're missing even one of these, the whole thing just fizzles out. But when you have them all, well, that's when the real fun begins.
So, what are we actually talking about here? A simple squeeze is a play where you basically corner one of your opponents. See, this poor defender is stuck guarding two different suits for their team. You're going to play a card that forces them to pick their poison. And no matter what they throw away, it's going to be the wrong choice.
Okay, so let's break down those 5 key ingredients for our squeeze recipe. First off, you need to have exactly one loser left. It's a fancy term, rectifying the count, but that's all it means. Second, you need 2 threat suits, and this is important. They have to be guarded by the same defender. Third, one of your threat cards has to be in the hand opposite of where you're playing the squeeze card from. Fourth, you need an entry, a high card, to get back to the hand with the winning trick. And finally, you need the squeeze card itself, your very last winner in a completely different suit.
Now, I know that sounds like a ton to keep in your head in the middle of a game, but don't worry. There's a really great mental checklist you can use to spot these chances. We're going to call it your Blue Squeeze Blueprint.
We call this the Blue Principle. It's just a handy little acronym you can run through in your head during a hand, and it helps you know if the conditions are right to go for the squeeze.
So B is for both suits guarded. This is the absolute foundation of the whole thing. Your whole plan is to pressure one defender. The play completely falls apart if the job of guarding those 2 suits is split between both of your opponents. You've got to find that one single vulnerable player.
Next up, L is for losers. This means you've got to get rid of all your other losers until you're down to just one. Remember rectifying the count? This is it. If you try the squeeze too early, with too many losers still around, you won't be able to cash in on that trick you're trying to create. Timing is absolutely everything here.
U is for upper hand. Now this one's all about position, and it's super important. One of your threat cards, the one you're hoping to turn into a winner, it has to be sitting in the hand that plays after the defender you're squeezing. It puts you in the perfect spot to take advantage of whatever they discard.
And finally, E is for entry. This is totally non-negotiable. Think about it. After the defender is forced to throw away a good card, promoting your threat card into a winner, you have to be able to get to that hand to play it. Without an entry, that brand new winner you just created is just going to sit over there completely out of reach. So close, yet so far.
Okay, so once you have this blueprint down, something cool starts to happen. You'll begin to see this pattern pop up everywhere. And you'll realize it's not just one play. It's a whole family of plays, all based on the same core idea.
For example, you might see what's called a sinister squeeze. That's where both your threats are sitting right over the defender you're targeting. Or a splitter, where the threats are split between your hand and the dummy. And then there's the ambidextrous squeeze, which is awesome because it's so flexible. It doesn't matter which opponent has the guards, it'll work on either of them.
Okay, that's enough theory. Let's put this all together and see what it actually looks like at the table. It's time to watch the magic happen.
Okay, the stage is set. You've gotten rid of all your extra losers. You've checked your blue blueprint. All the conditions are met. Now, you lead the squeeze card. This is your last winner in a suit that's totally neutral. This one play kicks everything off.
Now, put yourself in the defender's shoes for a second. You have to follow suit, but what do you throw away?
You look down at your cards. You're holding the only stopper in spades, and you're also holding the only stopper in hearts. You literally can't keep both. You are completely and utterly trapped.
So, after a moment of pure agony, they make a choice. They pitch a card, unguarding one of those key suits. They're praying they guessed right. But here's the beautiful and kind of brutal thing about a squeeze. There was no right answer.
And now, the grand finale. You use that entry you saved, cross over to the other hand, and cash that threat card. It is now a winner. You've just created a trick out of thin air, a trick that absolutely did not exist a few moments ago. That is the magic of the squeeze.
So there you have it. The magic trick is revealed. It's not about pulling a rabbit out of a hat. It's about seeing a pattern and knowing exactly when to apply the pressure. You've got the recipe, you've got the blueprint. The only question now is, which squeeze are you going to spot first?
Subscribe our channel for more videos.